Man, whoa, now that it's your boy, the Toothless Wonder. Coming back with the first video of the new year. A lot of times I just end up putting my thoughts almost in journal form, in the form of a video. You know what I mean? But it just be so many different ways I can go with certain stuff and so many branches I can jump on and off of that a lot of times I feel like they don't have any kind of linear kind of direction. I'll be all over the place. Because I'm taking in so much information and analyzing it all at the same time like a supercomputer to come up with an equation about how to move. So I'm constantly in a state of adapting and, taking the information, discarding the old or the obsolete, and, you know what I mean, so on and so forth. Um, where do I go with it? I know in Amos it talks about, like, not wanting or desiring the day of the Lord. But I'll be honest, it's something I struggle with, I pray with, right? I hate this place. And I've said this on videos that, man, I hate this. And this is my true belief, that if you're a thinking heterosexual black male, you can't stand this motherfucking shit, man. Or if you're coming to some type of awakening of sin. And I think most brothers that took this type of path where, you try to do the quote unquote right thing or the righteous thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But here in Babylon, you actually, brothers get punished for actually trying to do it the right way. Let's say, I meet a young lady, I want to take care of her, I want to have a family, I want to stay together. Man, you're going to get your ass handed to you. Not taking into account the world around you and the spiritual energy that's permeating and operating in the world. I think that, because I was so, like, not self-absorbed, but, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I need to analyze me and then me in relation to the environment I'm in. So technically, I'm me everywhere I go, but based on the environment, the terrain, I then adopt or adapt the proper protocols and tactics to navigate said terrain or environment. So most brothers I know want to get married. They want to build legacy. They want to, have, some type of, connection with a woman, preferably a black woman, that'll have some type of shelf life. However, attempting to aspire to those things here in Babylon, you're going to get your ass handed to you in so many different ways. So again, as everyone knows, like, I work in the substance abuse treatment field as a behavioral health technician, which my journey, and I don't have any kind of, like, education, nor do I want any, or certification, other than, like, if I attempt to get paid for it. But this was, like, the most highest plan, because I never want, with my treatment experience, I never wanted to work in treatment, because I know how fucked up it is, to be totally frank with you, and how facetious it is, and how, the mission statement, which, of course, like the church, but you don't see any of it in application. It's just something to you to charm people in, but then when they got their claws in you, then you see it for what it really is, if you have a discerning eye. So I try to be the one voice of light, you know what I mean, in a dark environment. Yeah, I know. Please forgive me, y'all. But I try to attempt to do that. So I have more interpersonal conversation. Like, this is what you're probably going to have to face. This is what you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to become this mentally. I know a lot of times, like, especially in America, where it's superficial and, your values kind of tied to material items or how other people value those things. That's all a mental game, and it's all internal work that you're not going to get credit for. But if you do enough of it and stay in it long enough, you'll see the benefits. Such as myself. Like I say, I go to work, man, and I tell them people the truth, man. I don't care about nothing about getting fired. Because honestly, not that I'm big-headed or not, man, these people not worthy of me. But this is where it got me, so I'm trying to stay in his will. Because I actually made a mistake and quit prematurely and attempted to facilitate my own plan. And about 7 months, he steered me right back. And I've seen him do that. You know what I mean? So I took the correction in stride. But I hate that place, man. I just got love for the homies in the struggle. But, man, and then here's the tripping part. And I just watched a video from New Breed. Shout out to that brother. And he was talking about how rampant the succubus and the Jezebel spirit is and how it's permeated all levels of society. Even in a treatment center, right? An inpatient treatment center where I guess it's considered healthcare, hospital, whatever. Man, the way these women come to work all the time, and you can't tell them nothing, but I still tell them anyway. Man, tight. It's a few of them there who had, butt jobs done, and I can tell when it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a aficionado of the hind parts, you understand me? Man, that stuff ain't, and they tell me, no, it ain't. Man, come on now, stop it. They don't fool with me, because they know, man, they just can't tell Cali Cal any old thing, I'm just going to go for it or just be smitten. You know what I mean? No. And I think they perceive, and a lot of them are physically attractive, but your insides are hideous. So I don't even want, shout out to my man who makes the Forced Black Man Escape channel. He calls them painted graves. And that's essentially what it is. You're dead. I tell them to their face, you're dead. But then they know I don't really care nothing about fitting in. I don't care nothing about nobody telling on me. And for the social or just the dynamics at the job, they can't even find nobody work there who not going to sleep with the clients or has some semblance of being able to deal with clients when they have emotional outbursts or, or attempting to leave unwisely and so on and so forth. I'm the man for the job with that. Like I said, I quit on, they hired me back. And I've had clients tell me, so I'll be logged because I'm ready to start this school, to get the skill of, solar and figuring, if I have the ability to understand solar, then it makes me more viable in the future when the grid go down. Anywho, so I log more hours on the weekend, and I like working on the weekend when all the people ain't there, and I can kind of just, do my thing without a whole bunch of, too many chiefs, not enough Indians type thing, and create a certain environment, whatever. So, where was I going with that? But, so I take off more days during the week when they got all these, and they bringing people in 9, 10 o'clock at night for business purposes, not because they care about them. But then it puts a strain on us. A lot of times, holiday, everybody calling out. So I call out. But I'll come to work, on days when people don't want to come to work, so it evens out. So I was supposed to work, scheduled out the day, but I wanted the time and a half. But I was so tired. I said, man, fuck that money. It'd be all right. As long as I got a job on paper, it'll hold me for what I'm trying to do. Then I was scheduled to come in tomorrow, but I ain't coming. Because everybody going to be back, because it's, kind of the first official day after the new year. So everybody be back on deck trying to make up for the money they missed, so on and so forth. So I take that one off, and I'm scheduled off Wednesday, so I got 3 days off. And I've had clients tell me, like, Kyle, bro, man, this joint, and this was like, I've had at least 3 clients since I've been back, maybe, 2-3 months, just short of 3 months. But like within the second or third day of me being there, the dude told me, yo, this joint run totally different when you here. And again, I'm not the big-headed guy or think, yeah, I know what I'm doing. There's something to be said for just a masculine, wise presence. Because I really don't do a whole lot other than making sure certain protocols are done beforehand. So when it's time to do it, it's already done. And I may be more gifted than most with the path I walked of, dealing with different type of clients. But the job is actually easy. It's just dealing with the people and then keeping yourself in check, which I've had to do in my personal life. But I think it's just the presence of me being there where people feel like, which is a good thing, like, I don't know, let's add, even though, I haven't gone to school, let's get Calvin's opinion on this. Because I'm the only man been right about everything since I've been there. Again, not from, because I know knowledge puffs up, but it's actually from a spiritual wisdom place and learning from my experiences. Just like we had a young lady attempt to, she did it. She was, client was discharged successfully, so she had to drive him to, about 2 hours away, but she never returned. So everybody, was she in an accident? This, that, and the third. So I'm here in the store. I'm like, when she leave? I look at what time is it now? Has anybody talked to her? Oh, she getting high, yo. No, she not. What you mean, no, she not? Man, that woman getting high, yo. Come find out, I had solved the crime while the crime was, man, the woman was around the corner. In our town, this would be our version of the Carter in New Jack City. And as of this video being made, she's still stuck in there, but they found the van, they got a whole bunch of residue in it, and whatever. I'm like, man, I've been told y'all she was getting high. Why y'all don't believe the man who been right about everything since you met him, and you can't name one thing I lied to you personally about. But they don't hear me though. And I get it. Again, from a spiritual place. I get it. In this dynamic, nobody wants to hear the truth. Oh, and back to that whole like, man, they come to work, man, the tights, fake butt yams out. Don't let them drop nothing. You can see everything and where it's at and how it look and how it jig. I'm like, yo, they'll pull them up. I don't do it in front of people. I'm like, don't be caring nothing about nothing. I'm like, yo, why you got that on, yo? Like, yo, you know I can see like every crevice, yo. I can see how it look, yo. I can see, you know what I mean? Why, yo? Then you talk about the men thirsty. That's like blaming a dog or a lion for you dangling, you know what I'm saying, some raw T-bone steaks, and he wanted, and you like bad lion. Stop tapping them up. But they want the attention. They get energy from the attention, even if these men are broken. Like I had to go down and then, you know, individually and talk to some of the female clients, which I stay away from, so I don't wind up on the Me Too movement. You know what I mean? I don't even play that guy. But I'm like, yo, stop tempting these men. Yo, you don't like that, man. And then finally they'll admit, like, yeah, Calvin, you right. You don't like these men. You just want to gain the power of being able to get attention off of them, and they lose folks while they here. You know what I mean? You like being able to play with their moms because that make you feel like some hellified one. Man, stop it. You still gonna do it. But I call you and let you know I know what you doing. Then they try, how does this nigga know this? You know what I mean? How is he so wise? How does he know what I'm doing, but he knows the root cause of why I'm doing it. And unless I'm kind of shucking and jobbing, joking, trying to, you know, raise the environment, he don't even talk. Here's how I know. Because you're not the only one. I don't know what the percentage be, but there are significantly more that operate just like you than don't. That's how I know. I don't like you. I don't care. I like me. Make me no motherfucking difference. Shut up. Gotcha. And then they really don't know what to do with you, because it's not like you trying to sleep with them or you trying to gain their favor or validation. The battlefield gave my validation. The things I've overcome and had to gracefully endure. You know what I mean? Not only that, but then let's say when I get a breakthrough, I ain't lose my mind to be in your favor. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple dollars or, you know what I mean? I got some polo on or whatever. I don't care. I do that for me. If you like it, that's what's up. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, I don't give a damn. I like it. See, it's like, then I saw a clip of a video where the woman was saying, like, we want men stupid, so they can get over on you and all that shit. So they can get a sniff of some used up box and some unstable mental behavior. Fuck that shit, cuz. On phone them grave. What I'm gonna do with that? Now, I've known this like early on before I got more enlightened and was still kind of in the world to a degree. If I was on the left-hand side of things, I perceive where you at with it, which most of y'all are, and I sell you. But now that's considered human trafficking. So, no, I don't want that job. All you want is money and sausage. And I'm ready to hook it up for you. For a small nominal fee. Yeah. You'll do it anyway. Fuck, man. Shit, diamonds a bitch, man. I don't know, I'm just kind of ranting and raving. And I understand, like, maybe this is part of, you know, our affliction here in Babylon for, you know, not honoring the law, statute, command. So we must bear up under this and, you know what I mean, But still, I don't like it, man. I ain't got to like, I just got to do what I'm supposed to do. Man, shut up. And then here's another one I hate. Man, these gangster niggas, man, or these street niggas, man, that shit dead and it been dead and it ain't coming back. I'm a street nigga, I am. What that mean? Why we just can't be men, yo? Why the black man have to be this overly exaggerated version of themselves that's based on ego and image that's not real? Because here it is, you know what I mean? I'm a street dude. If I put enough heat on you, you'll tell. All of them doing it. You ain't trying to go no motherfucking jail, yeah? Especially you get about in your 30s and they talk about 10 years and all that. Man, you ain't trying to do that. Ain't no coochie in jail. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to, and then come out 40 and be on the corner talking about what you did 10 years ago. Trying to bamboozle the younger ones to put you on. Or, man, they mess around, shoot you when you come back home and all that because they don't care. Man, that shit dead, man. The drug game to a man is the same thing the whole game is to a woman. You might get away with it when you're in your 20s, but the longer you stay in it, the worse it is. Until the point where you 40-some, 50-some years old, stand on somebody's corner, no, or you 40, 30, 40 old, 50 old woman still trying to play nigga, but it ain't working the same way. You know what I mean? That shit a young person game. An old person game is ownership and building. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? And it take time. Well, me personally, it took years to get to this point. And I'm just now kind of able to swim with the current, I guess. But it took years to be able to do that. Years I was holding on to a piece of board in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean? Then at some point I was able to just float. You know what I mean? And man, now I can swim a little bit. Now I'm working on my backstroke. But if I use this analogy, it built up my wind. It built up my flexibility. It built up my ability to, be able to harness whatever's around me. You know what I'm saying? Like a piece of board, or, oh, there's a freshly deceased fish that I can feed on. Blessings, you know what I'm saying? Or I can tell by the sky I'm going to have some good days, so I rest up. And then when I see the clouds far off, like, oh, okay, I'm well rested. Here come a storm, I'm going to have to bang. You know what I'm saying? It's just, man. And this, like I said, this shit is treatment. Man, it's so wacky, wild, Kool-Aid style. The boss, man, when he brought me back, he said, my main concern is staffing. I'm like, what about the people? But I get it from his perspective. But then when I went home and thought about it, I said, oh, damn. Because let's say he technically reprimanded and or fired people who were asleep with clients, bringing in contraband, so on and so forth. He wouldn't have nobody working the building. Man, I heard so many stories that I believe to be true. Because there's a spirit operating in the building. Of attention and sexual promiscuity. Like, man, they turn them, like the female women are fucking the shit out of these clients. You know what I mean? And I've been said that. But not just, like even the administrative finance woman, the clinical director who left, I was actually going to work at her organization before I was offered more money to go back where I was at. And she had disclosed some behind the scenes, information that I assumed to be true when I had talked to the boss man personally. Because he'd make it seem like he ain't know what's going on. I'm like, you the boss, how you not going to know what's going on in your institution? Well, that shows a lack of leadership and, vigilance on your part. But then I get it, and he, the quote-unquote Jewish man. So his stance, in my opinion, is just keep the machine running. I don't care how it run, just keep pumping the product. Machine breakdown, hurry up and fix it, man. Keep this motherfucker running. Well, we need these upgrades. Yeah, we'll get you some upgrades. Maybe never, but just keep the motherfucker running. You know what I mean? Shit crazy, yeah. But no, it ain't. Here's another one I came up with. You can't fault Babylon for Babyloning. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to drop a real quick one for the new year. And, things outwardly or in the world will get worse. But I'm going to get better. How you going to get? I don't know. I ain't got no choice but to get better. I've actually gotten better by facing the hardships and afflictions of life. And this is what it produced. Without that, I'm not operating the way I'm operating now and see the benefit in it. So I embrace it. And with that, man, I'm going to take it on in and get me something to eat, man. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Ooh, oh!